I'm Larry Drehs, head golf professional at Hyde Park Country Club. I'm here to talk to you today about wedges and the wedge fitting experience. I've already talked to many of you this season about the new groove rule that is going into effect. Basically what this rule states is that the grooves that are currently of a very aggressive nature are going to be scaled back so they're not quite as aggressive. Now, we talked about this being the perfect year to get fit for wedges, and quite frankly, we're reaching crunch time at this point. The rule that the USGA has put in place affects not only the consumer, but the manufacturers as well. The wedges must be built and shipped by December 31st of 2010. There will be no more wedges produced or shipped after that. The consumers, on the other hand, the people that are watching this video, may use these grooves until the year 2024, providing nothing changes in between. I've encouraged many of you to take advantage of these grooves while we still can and go through the wedge fitting experience this year here at Hyde Park. Many of you have already done that. However, there are still those that need to take advantage of this opportunity. If you already have the wedges in your bag, it's a great time for a backup set. And if you haven't gotten the aggressive grooves and you haven't been through a wedge fitting experience, I really suggest that you do so. Some of the things that we'll talk about in the wedge fitting experience will fit for lie angle, loft, we'll do gap fitting of the wedges, and I'd like to talk a little bit about the lie angle. It has an impact on the left-right portion of ball flight. Generally speaking, wedges are a little flatter than the rest of your set, and as fate would have it, what's more important to scoring than the short game? So we fit properly for lie angle, and then we talk about other issues such as bounce, camber, sole width, all things that are affected by your swing type. The bounce angle is nothing more than the angle that's created when you engage the trailing edge of the sole, and it's the angle between the leading edge and the ground. So for certain types of players, certain types of bounce angles are appropriate. If you're an aggressive player, we might call a digger somebody who goes into the turf in a very steep fashion, you would want more bounce. If you're a sweeping type player that works the club under the ball, less bounce would be more appropriate. There are many factors that factor into the fitting of bounce angle. We will talk about sand shots, what type of bunkers you play from as it relates to your swing type. We'll talk about tight turf shots, long grass shots, all things that will affect the bounce. We'll get the proper loft. You know, when we talk about gap fitting, we want to fit the sand wedge, but then we want to fill in the gaps accordingly with these wedges. So the wedge fitting experience itself is well worth going through if you have never been through it. There are a lot of things that the folks watching this video have probably not thought about when it comes to wedges, and I have over wedges of different bounce angles, lofts, lie angles, and we use that in the fitting process to get the appropriate wedge for your game. As we near the end of the production period on these wedges will become scarce. So I would encourage you to go see your PGA professional and go through a wedge fitting experience. It'll be enjoyable, and it just may put a whole new spin on your game.